Hi, and welcome to another musical home tip of the week. So today I would like to discuss with you relaxing while you're singing. Now that sounds like it should be really easy to do, but actually most people find that it's actually very hard to relax when you sing. I've done another video on posture and we've talked about breathing, but I'm going to do all of those sort of incorporating them into trying to relax when you sing. I have a student who came to me, and she tends to be a very tense kind of person. So when we started singing, I noticed a lot of different signs that she was really tense. First of all, she had a sort of closed sort of sound, as if she was working really hard, but only little pinched sort of sounds were coming out. So one of the signs that you can see visually is someone craning their neck like this. So if you see a tense neck, you know, that kind of thing, or if you see a strained neck where the person is going up or it looks a little bit strained, that's a pretty good sign that that person is very tense while they're singing. And actually, one of the best things you can do is be completely relaxed while singing. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not thinking hard and focusing and that you're working to produce the correct notes. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means that to produce the best sound possible, your body has to be relaxed. So a few things that I do that have really helped this student and a few other students is to first do some stretching exercises. Okay, so this is real basic. I like to do the stretch up and hold position. So you'll just stretch upwards, really pulling everything as far up as possible, kind of like you're going to touch the ceiling. Okay. And I'm going to do everything pretty quickly, but you'd want to take your time and do a few of these each. Stretch over to the side. And this one I always like to say, feel the low breathing. So you're going to feel everything down at the bottom and on your side expanding. Okay, and then we'd reach over to the other side, do the same thing. Making sure to take a nice low breath so that you can feel it in your side. Another good one, which I will not show you, is to bend down really slowly and kind of shake out your arms as you're bending down and being totally bent over towards the floor, not quite touching your toes, but having your arms dangling there. Slowly roll yourself upwards, one vertebrae at a time. It's going to feel like one vertebrae at a time, so it's very, 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 very slow. Another good thing to do is to get your legs kind of shaken out a little bit. So some students, I have them quickly run in place or do a little, I call it the Michael Jackson stationary step. So it's taking a little step without actually moving your feet, your toes off of the floor, but letting your heel come up and doing that as fast as possible. And that kind of gets the legs a little bit worn out so that they're ready to actually relax. The other part that's very important in relaxing is once you are relaxed, you've got your body kind of stretched out and it's ready to go, warmed up. You also need to make sure that you have good posture, because when you're doing diaphragm breathing, that low breathing, what's happening is your diaphragm is moving downwards to let the rest of your lungs, the lower part of your lungs, expand. And this is how we have a lot of air to keep those notes going for a long time. So what you want to be able to do is to make sure that when you're standing up, when you let your air out, you're not letting yourself go down like that, because then you'll have to do a lot more work to straighten back up. So we always want to have a nice posture. So what you can do is put your hands in the air one more time, bring them to the side, and down, slowly. And notice the position that your shoulders are in. They should be in a comfortable position, not a military position, but a comfortable butt back position. Okay, so now we've got the posture, we've gotten some relaxing exercises, warm-ups done. Now, to warm up the diaphragm, get it kind of moving and get the idea for that low breathing, I like to do the smelling the rose, okay? So think of smelling a rose using your nose, breathing in through your nose. Take that breath, hold it for 1 to 2 seconds, letting that big breath that you just took stay in that same position without moving. And then slowly let it out on a hiss sound. Okay? So let's do that one together. Here we go. Smell your rose. Take a nice, comfortable breath, but not one where you're packing in a lot of air, a lot of extra air. You don't need to do that. Just take a comfortable big breath where you're making sure that it's coming down and you can feel it all around your middle and your back, and that's your low breath. Okay? Hold that, leaving your abdomen and all of that in the same position it was when you were breathing in. Okay? Okay, now let it out on a slow I like to have most of my students continue to practice this because it actually takes a lot of practice to get used to holding out that long breath and learning how to use your air efficiently. And that's part of relaxing, is being able to take in a nice breath and then let it out slowly without panicking. A lot of people panic that they're not going to be able to breathe, and so they let too much out at once. So just chill. The other thing to do after the breathing and all of that, the last thing to do is do sighs. So I like to do low sighs, middle sighs, and high sighs. Okay, so a low sigh would be whatever your comfortable low voice is. Middle voice, okay? High voice, That should be very relaxing. It shouldn't be anything that's hard to do or a big deal. Those are just a few things. So I hope that helps you, and good luck.